everyone, Fox 19 Now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. We're going to go through a couple of things here, show you guys the latest forecast, and again, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments here. I'll try to get to most of them, but there's a lot to cover and not a long time to do it. So this is what it's looking like right now across the area. A few of those heavier downpours making their way up out of our viewing area towards I-675, heading out of Butler, Clinton, Warren County here, and we're seeing this line of storms starting to, that was in Indianapolis, head into Franklin County right now. What we want to point out to you guys is that, again, some severe storm warnings that are well off to the west, but what we're dealing with right now is this. Not much in terms of warnings across the tri-state here, but you can see the storm that was in Indianapolis and now over here is now under a special weather statement, and we can talk about this here. This is including in Franklin County here, a strong thunderstorm impacting Franklin County through 9:15 tonight. So that's just in about 12 minutes here. That should be completely out of your area. It's moving east at 35 miles an hour, so it's really strong. It's pushing through the area really fast as well. We're seeing wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour and about penny-sized hail. So the impact of this is obviously gusty winds can knock down branches, blow things around. Any of that hail you might see could damage any vegetation you have out there. This includes I-74 in Indiana between mile marker 145 and 148. So this is what we're looking at. Again, going outside, not ideal right now for anybody. This is what we're looking at again right now in terms of our tornado watch too, because that has now been updated. I can show you guys that on a map as well. If you give me just 1 second here, I can pull that up for you. Again, that tornado watch has been updated once again across the tri-state. Once this loads here, you can see it has expanded to go across the more northern counties here, where we see those storms moving through the area right now. Clinton, Warren, Butler County. We have now taken off that tornado watch for Ohio and Switzerland County. Everyone else still in that tornado watch as we move forward here. This means that conditions are favorable for tornadoes, and storms might develop quickly. Damaging wind, hail, definitely possible. Again, we have that special weather statement out in Franklin County for damaging wind and hail for the time being. Those are our major threats with this event. So I have multiple ways to see a warning here. So this is what, again, this is what we're talking about in terms of our tornado watches for the time being. Let's go back. I see a couple people asking about some places here. So let's talk about what it looks like right now and go through the Futurecast for everybody. See those impacts later tonight. Again, the models are not really handling it in the best way. I do think just listening to us and listening to what we have to say about this will be the best thing that you can do. This is what it looks like on a bigger picture. Once that yellow loads in here, it might just take a second. There's a lot going on this radar here. Here it goes. It's starting to pop in now. You can see again that tornado watch is in yellow. And right here where you see this polygon that's not colored in, that's a special weather statement for Franklin. And again, that has 45 mile per hour wind speeds, about a penny-sized hail, so about 3/4 of an inch. And that's what we're looking out for, again, for the tri-state. Looking out west, all of the tornado warnings have been dropped. We do have flood advisories. We do have that tornado watch for most people and a severe thunderstorm warning. And we can see that here. We'll go zoom in on what this looks like. Here is that severe thunderstorm warning that was just placed over in Indiana. Again, heading in the Bloomington direction, who was just hit with a tornado that we that we saw a little earlier tonight, 60-mile-per-hour winds on that. And again, that's heading eastward towards the tri-state here. But most of us just seeing those heavier downpours right now, and everyone else is dry. And this is going to be dry for a little while here. We do have another secondary round here coming in. I'm going to again show you guys that Futurecast. About 2 a.m. is when everything will be completely dry, but we're watching this track through here. It's moving pretty quickly, and you can see that developing as it moves northward, north and east, tracking through Warren, Clinton, Butler County, Fayette, Union, Franklin County, as well as this stronger storms coming through. Hi, Peter. Yes, I do read all of the questions in here. I'm going to get to them in just a second. I just have to get through the initial portion of getting through here. I see lots of questions about certain areas. Again, we're going to go through a Futurecast here. These Futurecasts have been really over-exaggerating what it's going to look like. So we see what it's looking like there just in the more northern counties. But when we pull up this Futurecast here, it's going to show up more widespread. So just know it's being a little over-dramatic. Okay. So moving in to about 10 o'clock, this has since updated. You can see it's being less over-dramatic now, and this is what it's looking like. Again, mostly up in our more northern counties where that tornado watch is. Everyone else might see another little pocket of a storm, but most places, again, staying, if you're south of the Ohio River, maybe a very small pocket of an isolated thunderstorm, maybe a rumble of thunder, some lightning, but most of this is impacting Fayette, Union County, Franklin, Warren, Butler County as well. So that's what we're watching for right now. This is at 11 p.m. And again, a lot of this is up in the more northern counties. And as we play forward by 2 o'clock, we'll see maybe another line. That's that line that we showed you just a second ago that was way off to the west heading again towards Bloomington. This is that secondary line here, 2 a.m. Most of that should be out of the picture there. For most people, again, later tonight. So have a way to get push alerts as we move into the later evening, especially as we start to fall asleep here. 3 a.m. you might be asleep. So have a way to get alerts just in case some of those go severe thunderstorm warning. But it does appear that they will start to weaken as we get into the later morning hours. And we're just concerned about the next couple of hours here getting up until midnight. That's really when we expect that severe risk to end, is going to be around midnight tonight. So we're tracking through this. Again, not a lot going on anymore. A lot of those tornado warnings have gone away. Thunderstorm warnings have gone away. And really we're just dealing with a special weather statement right now. I hope everyone is staying safe across the tri-state. I know it has gotten pretty dicey out there. I see your comment here. I bet it was not fun driving from Hamilton to Middletown. Pretty heavy rain out there, some lightning, some thunder as well. If we can look at this, you can see how quickly these are moving to the north and east. The Wilmington area is almost completely dry moving forward here. So we're watching out for that as that pushes through. Really, that's the main area of concern through tonight. So if you're not in Fayette, Union, Franklin County, in Warren, Butler, Clinton County either, those are where we're expecting to see the highest risk for tornadoes. Again, that's not really going to get extended anymore. So we're just watching as these storms progress towards the north and east. If you're in Kentucky, we are expecting you to stay mostly dry for the rest of the night. You might see a little pop-up storm, but overall your risk is significantly lower to see those tornadoes, because I see your comment there, Timothy. Most people are, unless you are in Fayette, Union, Franklin County, Clinton, Butler, or Warren County, that's where we're expecting to see the most severe type of weather, the heavier downpours, the stronger storms right now. Maybe in Dearborn and Ripley County as well, as that passes through the area. So that's something to watch out for. Again, if we move over to this other radar here, more towards the Illinois-Indiana border, you can see some more severe thunderstorms starting to develop here as they start to push towards our viewing area. So we're watching out for that as well over the next several hours. Again, that's what I was telling you might develop later tonight going into around 2 a.m. That's when we could see that second round of storms there. But again, we're not trying to over dramatize anything. Those severe thunderstorms warnings have been dropped. There's nothing across the tri-state in terms of warnings besides that tornado watch, which we're still watching out for as these storms push to the north and east here. A lot of people staying completely dry south of the Ohio River, staying completely dry. But again, we do have some more storms that do have severe thunderstorm warnings on them that are heading this way. So it's something we're watching out for as we get into the next several hours here. But for right now, again, that's expected to impact Bloomington here in just the next couple of minutes. So this is what you're looking at. Again, if you're in one of the more northern counties, Fayette, Union, Franklin, Clinton, Butler, Warren County, that's where we're expecting these stronger storms to push through. And you can see as they're pushing through here, you can see near Hamilton, this is where we're seeing those stronger pockets right now. We can zoom in and click on now, and this is what it's looking like again near 7 Mile, Oxford, Jacksonburg, Somerville. You can see that starting to push upward towards the north and east. And we'll continue to see that as the rest of this starts to push to the north and east as well. I see your question about does northern Kentucky have nothing to worry about tonight? It's not that you don't have anything to worry about. You are not in a tornado watch for right now. That's not to say something can't change, but the likelihood is decreasing as we move into tonight. So that's just something we're looking out here for over the next several hours. Again, by 2 a.m. we'll see a line of storms, and that's when that can start to impact those northern Kentucky communities as well. I see the question for Middletown here. That's pretty up north, just below Dayton. And again, you're really going to start seeing the stronger storms here in the next couple of minutes, because those are starting to make their way north and east, and you could start seeing these heavier pockets moving through the area in the next couple of minutes. Because you see how fast they're moving, you'll start to see the thunder, you start to see the lightning as well. So this is what we're looking at. Claremont County is staying dry for right now. We're not seeing a lot of shower activity near Claremont at all. It's kind of all moving to the north and east. And again, the next chance to see that across the tri-state will be this section here that's going to pass through Bloomington. That's about 2 a.m. So that's what we're watching out for there. I see a couple more questions. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so yes, Barbara, I agree. Everyone stay safe. Remember not to go outside. I'm talking about, now we're going to get into Boone County here a little bit. That's right there. Moving forward, talking about Boone County, again, a next line of storms is expected around 2 a.m. I showed you guys that on the Futurecast. So again, the major threat with this event is going to be damaging winds, some hail. So Boone County, south of Cincinnati, I went over this earlier, staying dry for most of the rest of the evening. You could see a little pocket here. Again, here are those showers and storms. They're going to push through around 2, 3 a.m. that we're seeing over in Indiana right now. That's when we could see that next batch of heavy downpours, some thunderstorms as well. So it's going to be some storms, but definitely not as strong as we're seeing right now. It's just something we're watching out for. We're going to use a lot of the energy in the atmosphere before these get here. So that's just something we'll have to watch out for as they get closer. It's just something that we have to watch out for because we are under that tornado watch for most places. So we're watching out for that. Moving forward here, Again, Boone County probably will see some more rain, so a thunderstorm or two into the later early morning hours. Yes. Yeah, Tanya, you can definitely let the dog out right now. It's completely dry there for the time being. Again, another round could make its way through the tri-state here pretty shortly. A lot of the severe weather was over in Indiana, and we're just tracking it as it's continuing to progress through the Cincinnati area. And again, another little round over near Bloomington once again, and that'll start to head this way, and we could see some impacts from that as well. We do have that special weather statement on, tornado warnings on, tornado watches on a couple places, and a severe thunderstorm warning there, barely clipping our counties, and you can see that there. Clinton, Greene, Warren County having that severe thunderstorm tag on it right now. Again, barely clipping into our counties as that passes through Warren and Clinton County there, heading up towards Cedar Creek and Cedarville. Special weather statement as well. We're under that tornado watch. The other thing we're watching out for is this special weather statement that is in Dearborn, Franklin, and Ripley County. As this pushes through here, this is just something we're watching out for. There's that other special weather statement. We'll talk about that one as well. Okay, so this is for, it just takes a second to read here. This is for a strong thunderstorm that's going to impact central Butler, northwestern Warren, and southwestern Montgomery counties. 9:45 p.m. is when it's going to end here. Franklin is a part of the tornado watch, not a warning. A warning would have a tornado on the ground. We just have a tornado watch for right now in Franklin County. And again, we're watching these special weather statements here because we have about penny-sized hail, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts for all three of these special weather statements, and that severe weather warning, that severe thunderstorm warning, barely clipping our DMA there that you can see right here. We can put it on with the radar so you can see that on top of it. We'll just move on over here. You can see that strong thunderstorm moving through again. Severe thunderstorm warning is on this. More than 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, an inch-size hail expected in this. So this is what we're talking about. Claremont County. Okay, talking about Claremont County now. Again, no rain in that area right now at all. We're just seeing it up in Clinton, Warren, Butler County as well. Hamilton County, clear from rain for the time being, not in a tornado watch. Florence, Kentucky, not in a tornado watch either, not seeing any rain. Going into the next couple of hours, though, you could see a pop-up shower or two moving through the area. Sorry, I'm trying to get up to all the questions. I know that a lot of people are asking stuff. There are currently 75 comments, so it takes me a second to get to all of them and talk to you guys at the same time. Again, special weather statements are out for a few counties here. Dearborn, Franklin, Ripley County, 40-mile-per-hour winds, about a penny-sized hail in that area. Then we have another special weather statement for Butler, Montgomery, and Warren County for about penny-sized hail and 40-mile-per-hour winds. Then we have a severe thunderstorm warning that has now moved out of our area and is now up into the north in Caesars Creek there, but they have a special weather statement on that about an inch-size hail, less than 50-mile-per-hour winds. But that special weather statement, you have 40-mile-per-hour winds and about a penny-size hail. Okay. Sorry, guys. Again, it takes a second to get to all of these comments here. Brown County, no tornado watch. No tornado watch in Brown County. Again, you're staying clear, you're staying dry for now. Again, another round is expected around 2 a.m. It's going to be less severe. Sorry, guys. Again, trying to get to everybody as quickly as possible. Again, Butler, Montgomery, Warren County have a special weather statement on that, and that will end at 9:45. Wind speeds 40 miles an hour. You can see that there. About penny-size hails coming down in Butler County. If Claremont is going to see some sort of bad weather, Pamela, that's going to be later tonight. That's going to be around 2 a.m. That's when we could see another round of storms moving through, but they're going to be, they're expected to be a little weaker than these ones are. So just keep that in mind. How likely is there to be a tornado in Butler County, Rachel? I see that comment there. In this storm, not likely. We're watching that push north and east, and so that's unlikely with this storm. Just those damaging wind gusts and some hail with this one. Again, just the track that it's going is pretty unlikely, but again, really heavy downpours happening there. But again, we do have this next round, and you can see that here near Bloomington, who did get hit by a tornado earlier tonight that came and impacted our area. So we're watching these thunderstorms carefully as they push through the area. Brandon, I see your question. I can't answer that definitively if there's going to be no tornadoes or any tornadoes. We do have a few tornadoes in the forecast, and we're watching out for that as we move into later tonight. This looks like to be the most severe round of storms, but again, we have that line that's over in Indiana. We're watching pretty closely because this did produce a tornado earlier tonight around this area. So we're watching that as it's pushing forward. So that's what we're watching out for right now. But again, just a few special weather statements out there. That severe thunderstorm warning was clipped off, so it's not a part of our counties anymore, but it is just to the north in Greene County. That has 50-mile-per-hour wind speeds and inch-size hail. So if you're in Greene County, that's what you can expect. But we have that special weather statement for Clinton and Warren County, 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, penny-size hail. That's going to be the same story for down in Butler County as well. Butler, Montgomery, Warren County, 40-mile-per-hour winds, penny-size hail. Let's move over here. And then we have another special weather statement. Again, this is for the Batesville area right now. Dearborn, Franklin, Ripley County, 40-mile-per-hour winds, penny-size hail. So very similar across the board there. Let's see. I'm just zooming in here so we can see a couple. Hamilton, Ohio. This is what it's looking like there right now. Again, they have a special weather statement attached to it. You could see 3/4 of an inch hail, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. You're seeing some heavy downpours right now, but that will clear up in just a couple of minutes. If not, I would give it about 15 minutes, and that should be completely out of Hamilton, Ohio. Northern Kentucky, again, there's no storms in northern Kentucky, no tornado watches. You guys are in the clear for the time being, but again, keep checking on for updates. That's all I have for you guys. We'll do another update here if anything changes. I hope this was helpful for some people. I know there were a lot of questions I probably didn't get to, and I apologize for that, but I hope everyone stays safe and weather aware. And if we do get a tornado warning, we'll be live on Fox 19, and I will check back in with updates. So again, I hope everyone stays weather aware, stays safe tonight. I'll check back in.